Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and like and subscribe for more dimensions next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Betsy Braddock, also known as Psylocke or Captain Britain. If Captain America's unbreakable shield is symbolic of defending freedom, then Captain Britain's psychic sword must be symbolic of wanting to stab things with your brain. Start off with our goals for this build. First, we need some psychic swords to use your mutant powers for good stabbing, that is. Next, we need some mind manipulation, dominating our foes so we don't even have to fight them. Finally, we'll get telekinesis to move things around without touching them. It's just considerate with everything that's going on in the world. For stats, we'll be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, just watch out for those multi-classing minimums. Dexterity will be number 1. Your swords move fast, and so do you. Charisma next. You don't get the title of captain if you're not inspiring. Wisdom after that, you need sharp senses for sharp blades. Follow that up with intelligence. You were a physics major before you were a superhero. Constitution is a bit low. We just need other things more, and we'll drop strength. We can fix it up with skills and saving throw proficiencies. Mutants aren't quite human. I use half-elf for them pretty frequently, and Psylocke is no exception to that. You get +2 charisma and +1 to 2 other scores of your choice. I'll take dexterity and wisdom. You'll get 60 feet of dark vision, fey ancestry to gain advantage on saves against being charmed, and you can't be put to sleep with magic. You get 2 skills of your choice. Acrobatics and arcana would be my picks, and we'll take the noble background for history and persuasion skills. You're kind of a rich girl, just don't go too far, cause you know, it don't matter anyway. We'll kick things off as a ranger, but the class feature variance version or the Tasha's version if it's in Tasha's. I'm writing the script before Tasha's is out, so I can get all the videos done for this month on time. Don't worry, you still get 3 skills from the ranger list. Athletics, perception, and investigation would be my picks. You get favored foe, which lets you pick a creature you hit with an attack to deal an extra d4 of damage to once per round for a minute. You can do this an amount of times per day equal to your proficiency bonus, but it requires concentration, so you might want to use something else once we get some spells. You get Deft Explorer instead of Natural Explorer, giving you Canny at this level, which is just expertise for 1 skill. Go for Acrobatics to double your proficiency bonus to those checks. You're very nimble. Second level rangers get a fighting style, which is really what we're here for. 2-weapon fighting lets you add your ability modifier to the damage of your offhand weapon attack. Remember, that's an attack you make with your bonus action. You can cast some spells like Cure Wounds to heal 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier as an action for some psychic healing, and Long Strider will add 10 feet to your movement speed, helping you get around when you need to, which is a lot. X-Men fights tend to get pretty spread out. Third level rangers can choose a conclave, and Fey Wanderers get their power from the Feywild, which checks out you're from another dimension. You get Dreadful Strikes, letting you add a d4 of psychic damage to a creature you hit with a weapon attack once per round. But you can hit multiple creatures in a round and use it multiple times, take advantage of the dual wielding. Your Otherworldly Glamour lets you add your wisdom modifier to charisma checks and gives you proficiency with one of your choice. Deception is cool. They made you real evil in the movie for some reason. You also get Charm Person for free, letting you charm a creature that fails a wisdom saving throw for an hour to get some more allies on your side with a little psychic power. Didn't mean to rhyme there. Just happened. 4th level rangers get an ability score improvement. Bumping your dexterity might be a good idea to stab better, even if you're using weapons that are all made out of your psychic energy. 5th level rangers get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action, and another attack with that offhand weapon attack for some serious psychic flurries. You also can learn 2nd level ranger spells. Fey Wanderers get Misty Step to teleport 30 feet as a bonus action, which means that you can't use your Dreadful Strikes that round. It's generally more of a getaway option anyway. 6th level rangers get another Deft Explorer ability. Roving adds 5 feet to your movement speed per round, and you have a swimming and climbing speed equal to your normal speed, giving you a little bit of psi-enhanced mobility. 7th level Fey Wanderers get Beguiling Twist instead of Blessings of the Court, which was a Psychic Divine Smite. Cool! You get advantage on saves against being charmed or frightened, and you can force someone else to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell DC, or they get charmed or frightened instead whenever someone within 120 feet of you succeeds on a save against being charmed or frightened. It's mental fortitude and psychic trickery. It's still in character, but not nearly as cool as a Psychic Divine Smite. This one really hurt. 8th level rangers get another ability score improvement, meaning that you can cap off your dexterity modifier for the most accurate and deadly psychic blades. But for better psychic blades, what if we were, psychic? Sorcerers can be psychic with the Aberrant Soul. This whole video was written with Psionic Soul, and the other two psionic subclasses got added, but no, not the sorcerer one. This gives you psionic spells like Dissonant Whispers to force a wisdom saving throw on a creature, dealing 3d6 psychic damage if they fail, and making them run away with their reaction, half as much and no running if they succeed, to scramble someone's brain like Eggs Benedict. You get telepathic speech, letting you communicate with someone a number of miles away equal to your charisma modifier for a number of minutes equal to your sorcerer level. It's like message, but further and longer. Message lets you whisper something to someone 120 feet away, and they can whisper back to you as well for telepathy that won't stress you out. Mage Hand lets you use some telekinesis to lift an object weighing 10 pounds or less with a floating spectral hand. Mind Sliver forces an intelligence saving throw of 8 plus your proficiency bonus and charisma modifier, dealing 2d6 psychic damage to those that fail, and forcing them to subtract a d4 from the next saving throw they make before the end of their next spell, meaning that you can chain these together. True Strike is a great spell to remind your audience that X-Men stories are all about a majority abusing and subjugating minorities, so complaining that an X-Men video is political is wildly missing the point of the source material. Also, it gives you advantage on an attack roll next round, but it takes a whole action, so it's really bad. Just attack 4 times instead. For your first level spells, let's get some Force Fields with Mage Armor to make your AC 13 plus your Dexterity modifier when you're not wearing armor for up to 8 hours, and Shield to add 5 to your AC as a reaction, helping you block and keep yourself alive. Since we're multi-classing spellcasters, check page 165 of the player's handbook to figure out how many spells you have at any given level. Second level sorcerers get a Font of Magic, giving you sorcery points you can use to recover spell slots, helping your brain recover a little faster. For this level spell, Jump triples your jump distance for a minute, basically letting you yeet yourself through the air with some psychic power. Third level sorcerers get Meta Magic, letting you augment your spells with sorcery points. Quicken Spell lets you cast a spell that normally takes an action as a bonus action, helping you get your psychic buffs up a little bit faster. Extended Spell doubles a spell's duration, helping you keep those psychic buffs up longer. Shadow Blade is a very good psychic buff. It summons a sword that deals 2d8 psychic damage. It's finesse, you can throw it 20 feet, and it has advantage if you're in dim light or darkness. Even better, you can upcast it to deal more damage with each hit, helping you get the most out of it for the minute you have your concentration on it. Fourth level sorcerers get another ability score improvement or feat. The Warcaster feat gives you advantage on concentration saving throws. You can cast spells with somatic components with a weapon in each hand, and you can cast spells for opportunity attacks as long as it only targets one creature, but you're going to be better at stabbing. You want to hold people down with your brain? Hold Person paralyzes a humanoid that fails a wisdom saving throw, meaning that every melee attack against them is a critical hit. Wolverine would like that. He has really great critical hits. It's a throwback to a very, very old video. Go watch it. Or don't. I'm honestly kind of torn. 5th level sorcerers can learn 3rd level spells. Counterspell lets you shut down spells of 3rd level or lower automatically, and higher level spells with a charisma check of 10 plus the spell's level to fully stop someone with a psionic force field. 6th level aberrant mind sorcerers get psychic defenses, giving you resistance to psychic damage and advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. You already had that from Fey Wanderer. If you'd rather just use the psychic swords and make yourself an even bigger badass, haste adds 2 to your AC, doubles your movement speed, gives you advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an extra action to dash, disengage, hide, use an object, or make one attack, which, as long as it hits another target, can use your dreadful strikes as well. When haste ends, you need to take a round off of actions and reactions. Sometimes you overwork your brain. It's okay, we've all been there. 7th level sorcerers can learn 4th level spells. Dimension Door lets you warp 500 feet away and bring a buddy with you. Wouldn't it be wild if you grabbed Nightcrawler, teleported 500 feet, and then Nightcrawler teleported you 500 feet on the next turn? That's teamwork. 8th level sorcerers get another ability score improvement. Let's get our charisma up higher, since that's going to be our main casting method for everything but Charm Person. At this level, you can also learn Charm Monster, which is like Charm Person without the humanoid restriction, in case you've got to deal with the Brood or some other weird space stuff. 9th level sorcerers can learn 5th level spells like Telekinesis, letting you pick up objects weighing 1,000 pounds or less, and creatures of large or smaller if you can beat them with a charisma check against their athletics check, pulling them 30 feet in any direction you want, and restraining them until you drop concentration, switch to something else, or the 10-minute duration ends, whichever happens first. Probably dropping concentration. Even with advantage, you're pretty bad at it. 10th level sorcerers get another meta magic option. Heightened Spell lets you give a creature disadvantage on a saving throw against a spell you cast, like Hold Monster, which is Hold Person, but everything counts, including Sentinels, which is good. I don't imagine psychic damage is going to do a lot to them. They don't really have brains. 11th level sorcerers can learn 6th level spells. Mental Prison forces an intelligence saving throw on a creature. Failing that, that, they take 5d10 psychic damage and are restrained by an illusion only they perceive. Then they can't perceive anything beyond their melee range for the spell's duration. If they're moved out of that area or touch that area, they take 10d10 psychic damage and the spell ends. Breaking someone's brain is a little mean, but it's dang effective. Our capstone is the 12th level of Sorcerer for one last ability score improvement, letting you cap off your Charisma modifier for maximum brain power. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you can pump out the damage with 10d8 plus 10d6 plus 15 psychic damage in a single round with a maxed out Shadow Blade, as long as you're attacking multiple targets. You can also use your mind powers to help the whole team pump out more damage, with Hold Monster in person to lock down enemies while every member of the X-Men get their critical hits off. Finally, you're loaded with skills to help you get things done before a fight even starts, and your charisma skills are even better since you got that phase stuff going. For weaknesses, you're squishy with around 120 HP, which is not great for a frontline fighter. You've also got a bunch of concentration spells, and you're bad at keeping concentration up. That's also an issue when you can only have one concentration spell up regardless. But you show up and make the fights go much faster. Get your psychic damage on, get your team damage on, and remind them why you're Britain's #1 hero. Just remember to use your powers to get away when you need to, otherwise things could get apocalyptic. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We're making a new video every day this month. Join the Patreon for this sheet and a whole bunch more, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.